We're going to look at solving some simple cubic equations, and these are equations that are of the form whatever some variable cubed is equal to some constant. And we're going to need to use, for a good number of these, we're going to need to use the cube root function, which is just above the square root key. Remember that anything in yellow or orange in this model of calculator, you need to use the shift key and then press the actual key that you want, and that brings up the function for you. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one. Y cubed equals 64. And just before I go any further, it would actually help to note the first few cubic numbers, just like with square numbers. 1 cubed is 1, 2 cubed is 8, 3 cubed is 27, 4 cubed is 64, 5 cubed is 125, 6 cubed is 216, 7 cubed is 343. Okay, so just nice numbers to note. You don't have to remember them, but through some experience and I guess just through some practice, you'll at least the first 5 should be easy enough to note down, at least to keep keep in mind. So y cubed is equal to 64. Okay, y is equal to the cube root of 64, and therefore y is equal to 4. It's not plus or minus like with the square root. Especially if it's like y squared equals 64, then the answer would be plus or minus 8. Okay, but with cubic functions, there's only the one solution. Okay, let's have a look at a cubed equals 54, and I chose this particular number just for a bit of fun. We can note down that 54 really is just double 27, so I might just make that point here that a cubed is really 27 times 2. Okay, we're going to take the cube root of the whole lot, and cube roots work very similar to square roots in terms of the rules involving surds. So a is equal to the cube root of 27 times the cube root of 2. Now the cube root of 27 is just 3. Okay, so we would write that as 3 cube root of 2. Okay, and putting that in your calculator if you wanted a decimal approximation to that. So 3, okay, cube root of 2, okay, is 3.779 or 3.78 to 2 decimal places. So 3.78. Okay, or if you don't want to go through that whole rigmarole, you could just type in cube root of 54, and again you get the answer that way. But you just did this just to demonstrate that cubic surds that are cube roots work in a similar fashion to square roots. Let's have a look at part C. Negative 3x cubed equals 1029. So what we'll do is we'll divide both sides by negative 3. Okay, so x cubed is equal to negative 343. Oops, 343. Sorry, my apologies there. Now we take the cube root of both sides. Notice that it's a negative. We can take the cube root of a negative. It does actually work. When we do the topic of graphs, we'll be able to see why that is in fact the case. But just for the time being, just accept the fact that both positive and negative answers, or both positive and negative constants, a real solution does exist. Okay, so x is equal to the cube root of negative 343, which is just equal to negative 7. Okay. All right, let's move on now to part D. So 12D cubed minus 100. Again, we can move the 100 over the other side. So 12D cubed is equal to 100. D cubed is equal to 100 on 12. D is equal to cube root of 100 on 12. And again, just in your calculator, all right, you can just type it in, all right, 100 on 12, and just answer to whatever number decimal places you're directed to. So this could be the 2.03. Okay, so therefore D is equal to 2.03. And likewise for part E, very similar sort of fashion. Let's multiply both sides by 11. Okay, so we got 5k cubed is equal to negative 99. All right, k cubed is equal to negative 99 on 5. K is equal to the cube root of negative 99 on 5. Therefore, k is equal to Okay, so again, cube root, and just entering in that fraction, -99 on 5, and we get -2.71.